Hey, it's Sarah from Everyday Spiritual, and today I'm going to review the book Proof of Heaven by Eben Alexander, MD. So I read this book completely unaware of any controversy that surrounded it. I had no clue at all, and I really loved it. I loved the idea that this neurosurgeon has some sort of thing going on in his brain, this massive infection, and he ends up in a coma for days. And then he has this, afterlife type of experience, like out-of-body afterlife type of experience. It's loaded with really awesome imagery. I like all the imagery that he puts into it. There are great stories. It's very interesting how he explains everything very logically, and I think that there's something to be gained from all of that. That being said, there's a huge amount of controversy surrounding this book. If you want to read what I read for the controversy, there's 2 articles that I found, and I'll put the links up. One of them is from Esquire by Luke Dittrich, and he tells a really long story. He's a great writer, and so he's telling a story, and it's not necessarily just a research thing, and he really maps out well Alexander's life, how this book came to be, and the controversies that are in it. So read that if you want to read more about it. The other one that's more condensed, that is more researchy, but is also great, is on skeptic.com. Donald Prothero does a really good article about taking, each little thing without the big long story that's in the Esquire article, and showing you the incongruencies in Eben's story. So there's a couple of things that I feel like I want to share with you right now, in case you don't go read those articles. One is that he had a very troubled past in his career. He did not have the greatest bedside manner from different things that I read, and he had medical lawsuits that he had to settle for different things that he did that were not good, that had to do with manipulating patient records. So, not good. The other thing that really struck me was that there's a doctor, Laura Potter, who was present during Alexander's admission to the hospital when he first got there. He says that he lapsed into a coma because of this bacterial meningitis that was in his brain, destroying his brain. And afterwards he has this miraculous recovery. But this doctor, Laura Potter, was interviewed before she read Proof of Heaven, and in the interview says it's a medically induced coma that he was in the whole time. So that is a huge incongruency. In my own personal belief, that is not artistic license. If you say over and over and over again, this thing is destroying your brain, that's why the cerebral cortex was offline over and over again in the book, and it wasn't. Well, then it's a story. It's not, it's not nonfiction anymore at all. So that was a big deal to me. And these are only a couple of incongruencies that were in the book. There's still something to be gained. I still would say read the book open-hearted, but it's a story. It's not nonfiction, in my opinion. And if you have some strong opinions about this, if you've read the book, if you've looked into the controversies, if you know more than I do, then great. I would love it if you just share all of that. And share your resources, too. Share the links of the articles that you read that brought you to whatever conclusion you came to, so that we stay in facts, because I love science and spirituality coming together. I don't just tell you guys what I think, and I think that we can do better and have a better, deeper discussion and learn more from each other if we share fact-based information, if we share our resources. Hey, I read this and it says that, stuff like that. So let's be careful with each other as we explore this controversial book, and I will talk to you later.